Hello and welcome back. Today we are talking about hormones and I want to jump right into it, but before we do, I want to remind you hormones are your friend. There's so much talk these days about hormones and trying to balance hormones and reduce cortisol and do this and do that and blah blah blah. You guys, hormones are needed. They are so important. And they make you juicy and they make you happy and they make you sleep and they help you figure out what to eat and how much to eat. So hormones are here for you. So don't feel like hormones are against you. And as we go through the different stages of our life, remember maybe when you were a younger person and you got your period and then you would hate your period and we would curse our body and say, God, I wish I didn't have my period today. Your period is part of a woman's cycle that is so vital and so important. Without your cycle, you wouldn't have balance. And without balance, you wouldn't be able to have a baby. And even if you don't want to have a baby, your body is recycling all the time. So you want to be able to take care of your body. As a female, we absolutely have to take care of our hormones. We have to be happy that we have them. And our lives are so dynamic. So I really hope that as we go through this hormonal journey together, you will come to love your hormones and you will also learn to listen to your hormones, because your body wisdom is here for you, is here to guide you. So listening is a very important part of the process. When we hear the word hormones, we often go straight to thinking about sex hormones only, like estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. Those are your sex hormones, and there's a lot more than just those three, but these are the three main ones. And that's the first thing that we think about when we're talking about hormones. But what I would like you to remember and to know, this is how your body operates in this very complex, beautiful way that hormones are all talking to each other. It's like a superhighway of information that your body is sharing from head to toe, from inside to outside and outside to in. And all of the hormones work together in this beautiful symphony. So think of all the instruments in this symphony, and then you are the conductor. So you can dictate a little bit. You can dictate your hormones and tell them which ones to speak up, which ones to go a little bit more quiet. And then, sometimes there's a big ending, a big finale where all of the instruments are playing together, but you are the conductor. So when we remember this, we learn to listen to the music and respond accordingly. So that's what we're going to talk about in this hormone sequence of events. The next kind of hormones I want to talk about are hunger hormones, and these are the hormones that help you know when you're full. It helps you know when you're hungry. It helps you know when you're satiated and you've had enough. These hormones give you the signal, hey, hello, time to feed me, I need some food, I need some energy. There's a hormone in your body that sends that signal to your brain and says time to eat, okay? And then insulin, we're gonna talk about insulin a little bit because that is connected to your blood sugar, of course, and your blood sugar is directly connected to your food that you're eating or the drinks that you're drinking, and then your blood sugar also directly impacts your sex hormones as well, and we're going to talk about that. This is a really cool thing to understand how your body works so that you can help your body respond and work efficiently. Okay, the next section here are the stress hormones. Adrenaline, cortisol, and insulin, again, is part of this stress hormone bucket. And we've talked about cortisol a lot in the belly fat section. And the reason we talked so much about cortisol there is because cortisol is one of those hormones that we might think we don't like. And so that's why I wanted to kick this off from the very beginning saying hormones are your friends because cortisol is getting a bad rap. It's like cortisol gives us belly fat. Cortisol gives us anxiety. Cortisol is causing depression. Cortisol makes me eat too much. Cortisol makes me store fat. Cortisol makes me irritable and angry. Okay, maybe yes, all of those things, but what are all of those emotions telling us? That somewhere in our hormonal system, your body and your mind are begging you to do something different. Okay, I love this DSD, do something different. So I spent, 10 or 15 years maybe, letting this hormonal system kind of run me. Like I wasn't running it, it was running me. And so I was irritable, I was tired, I was wired and tired, I was having trouble sleeping, I was eating on the run, I was using wine to calm myself down at night, and then I was so exhausted, I would use coffee to give me a jump start in the morning. Now, this is all fine, except that during this time of hormonal changes in my body, this is kind of post me having babies, and I'm in like the perimenopausal phase of life in my 40s, which is when life is like cruising hard, like it's going hard, it's going fast, the pace is fast, there are a lot of demands. You have young kids maybe, or middle school age kids, and it doesn't matter what age of kids you have, or even if you don't have kids, maybe you have a job, maybe you have a lot of responsibilities, maybe you're already taking care of your parents. So in your 40s is a very busy, very demanding time of life. And this is when it's important to listen and pay attention. Now, if you're like me and you forgot, now, don't get me wrong, I had all the information that I needed. I had all the education that I needed in order to take care of myself, and I did a lot of things right. I did a lot of things. I was eating really good food, really clean food. I was moving my body. I was meditating. I was doing yoga. And then I was going like a crazy person and pushing myself to the absolute limits and burning the candle at both ends. So it's not to say that all of the practices you're doing or you did do or that you're going to do not have an impact. They absolutely do. But if you're at a point where you want things to change, we're going to try doing something different, which means you're going to listen to your body wisdom and you're going to make adjustments in your day, in your life, in your energy. We're not going to go too deep into each one of these hormones and what they do. What I want you to take away from this are the action steps and the encouragement to listen to your body and to listen to your mind and what it is telling you. So I already kind of mentioned some of the symptoms that you might be wanting to pay attention to. Irritability, depression, anxiety, being wired and tired, which means you feel absolutely exhausted and then you go to bed and you can't sleep. Like you're just jumpy and you're agitated and you feel like you can't fall asleep. And even if you do crash and you fall asleep, you might be waking up at 2, 3, or 4 a.m. in the morning, and then the anxiety starts rolling in immediately before you're even totally awake. These are signs that the hormones are trying to balance. They're trying to get into a rhythm to be able to help you. So, you know, when you have cravings, for chocolate or for cheese or for pasta or maybe even for a steak, this is often another message from those hunger hormones telling your body that I need stability, I need foundation, I need a break from this crazy whirling situation that is not giving me a chance to fully reboot and get going again. This is your stress hormones are probably in overdrive. You're probably not giving yourself a lot of time to recover and recoup from your schedule that your demanding schedule that you're executing all the time. So there's a couple things I want to share with you for action steps today. So first of all, remember, hormones are your friends. I really want to drive that in today because I think that we need to remember to love our amazing body. Your body is so incredibly smart and she's able to adjust in a moment. Like every single second, every single millisecond, your body is assessing and taking a scan of what she needs. So make sure that just begin to open your mind and your awareness to the messages that it's giving. So let's do a quick exercise here right now here together. One of the things that we tend to do is we say yes to everyone. We say yes to everyone. We say yes to everything. And for me, even my kids are older and they're out of the house now, but I've done this my whole life. As soon as I had babies, when they need me, I jump. And I'm a mama bear like that a little bit. And I'm okay with it because I really, I love being dedicated to my kids, and it might even be a slight imbalance because I love that they need me. And we're going to talk about that maybe in another video, but you know, it's kind of like, it's nice to be needed, and then it's also sometimes too much. So I have worked over the I would say, gosh, it's probably 7 or 8 years on this yes and no factor. So pause with me just for a second. I want you to think of something that is an absolute yes to you. So like going to the park with your kids, maybe that's not a yes. Going to dinner with your girlfriends, having a date night with your partner. What would be your yes? You know, having a big sale at work, or closing a big job, or making a big commission, like whatever it might be. What is an absolute yes to you? And then so I want you to close your eyes for a second, and I want you to visualize whatever that event is. So close your eyes for a moment, visualize it, and see it in your brain, and feel that yes in your body. So where is that show up in your body? It's a yes, this feels amazing. Yes, I am all in. Yes, I'm so proud of myself. Yes, I absolutely want to do this. Yes, this is super cool. Where do you feel that in your body? Just go ahead and take note. Where do you feel that in your body? Good. Okay, now open your eyes. For me, I feel it in my heart. I kind of feel it in my belly and my heart, and it feels like a calm, like a flood of that feel-good hormone. You know, I didn't even talk about the feel-good hormones. Well, we kind of did, but the feel-good hormones, the dopamine hit. So I want you have that yes in your body that feels absolutely amazing. Okay, now we're going to go to the no. All right. So I want you to think of something that is like, absolutely not. I'm absolutely not doing that. I'm not interested. That's a no for me. That's against everything I believe in. Okay, so you could probably come up with this pretty easily. It maybe is a person, it could be a place, it could be a thing, it could be a job, it could be an event, it could be, I don't know. I'm sure you have something that is an absolute no. So I want you to close your eyes again, and I want you to think yourself in this event, no, 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 absolutely not. This is not what I'm doing. I know for certain I don't want to do that. I don't want to go this place. I don't want to experience that thing. It's a no, no, no. Now, where do you feel that in your body? And you might feel it in the same places that you feel a little bit less, that you felt a yes, but it might feel totally different. I'm absolutely sure it feels totally different. So no, no, no. Where do you feel that in your body? And just take note of that. Okay, good. Open your eyes again. Now you know the difference between a yes and a no, right? Let's go back to the yes just for fun. Just go ahead, just out of the no into the yes. Out of the no into the yes. Go back to that happy feeling, that dopamine flood, okay? So we're back in the happy place. We're back in the happy yes. Okay, this is a hormone response, okay? Your body knows when it's perceiving love and pleasure and happiness, and when it's perceiving stress and survival and danger. Okay, your body knows these things, even if we didn't even go anywhere. We're sitting right here. We didn't even change locations. We didn't even change environments. Your body knows. So what you want to do is start to listen to this wisdom within you. Listen to that yes and no. And I'm telling you, you might have to turn this method on in your brain, because your body's been taking care of these signals. Your body's been noticing all these signals, but perhaps we have been ignoring them. Or perhaps we've been like saying, you know what, I just can't. I have to go to this teacher conference thing, even though I don't want to go. Or I have to go meet this person, even though I do not have the energy and I really need to go to bed. Do you see what I'm saying? We ignore these signals all the time. So this is part of tapping into your wisdom, tapping into your yes and your no, okay? Because when your body feels in survival mode or danger mode or in stress mode, it can just be an idea. It can just be a perceived stress. It can be driving down the street and slamming on the brakes. It could be a text message that pops up on your phone. It could be an email that you read that is upsetting. We go into hyper mode. We go into let's fix it. Let's make sure we're safe. Let's go into survival mode. This is a hormonal response, okay? Your adrenaline pumps up first. That's the quick response. And then cortisol hangs around for a while. The next part about this is your body says, run, 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 get away from danger. So the insulin is another hormonal response that shoots energy out into your muscles and out into your body. So into your arms and your legs, so you can fight or you can run. Okay, now here's what happens. We go into perceived stress and we're having this no experience in our body. But instead of running or fighting, we bury the feeling, or we push on and we keep on going anyway. We go meet the person that we don't feel like going to. We go have the teacher conference and we're in full stress anxiety mode, but we're not exercising, like we're not utilizing our muscles. This is when the insulin stores fat. So your body goes into protection mode, and the best way to protect your body is to hold on to fat so that you can survive. So that if your body and your mind, your hormonal system says, hey, this crazy girl, she's not giving me any breaks. I'm just going to keep a reserve of fuel just in case, okay? So just in case she doesn't feed me again sometime soon, I'm going to make sure I have plenty of backup. Now, let's talk a little bit about the next level of this, which is everybody's body is different. And we know this, but yet we tend to compare ourselves to our skinny friends or to our heavy friends or to our friends who have so much energy or to our friends who feel it seems like they never do anything. You got to drag them up off the couch to go do something. Everybody has a different body type. Everybody has a different digestion type. Everybody has a different hormonal response. So we're going to talk about that a little bit more in another video, but this brings us all back to your body wisdom, your response system, your yes and your no. Okay, that we're focusing on you. We're not comparing ourselves to anyone else. But okay, you can get in touch with your system. Like, what is your individualized system? Like, so you have like the super fire burning, hair on fire, motivated, competitive type of digestion and hormonal system. Then you have another type, which is a little bit more grounded, a little bit more steady. Things don't bother them as much. They also don't invite so much chaos into their life because they don't like it and it doesn't work for them. So they're a little bit more steady, a little bit more grounded, and they can handle more, but they also don't put themselves in harm's way as much. Okay, then you have the other side of this, which is a little bit more, so I'm kind of, I'm bringing in the elements here. So I'm talking about me being kind of a fire type, another person being like the earth grounded type who's a little more steady, and then the third type would be like the air type. So this person can go and go and go and hardly ever gets burned out. Like they naturally operate on a high speed. They have a high metabolism. This person has a high metabolism. They can eat almost whatever they want and they don't gain weight. I mean, we're always jealous of those people, but they have their own issues. Don't you worry. This person over here with the more earth grounded, gains weight more easily, and they have a different kind of digestion. It's a little bit more slow, but they also, like I said, things don't bother them so much. So each one has their thing. The fire type person has a quicker, faster metabolism. We burn through the hormones, but we have hormones to spare, kind of, right? So I hope that makes a little bit of sense, but get in touch with like what digestion stress type are you? Like, how do you respond? Do you respond like with anger straight away? Are you like danger survival mode, or are you like, you know what, that's kind of a yucky situation, but I'm not going to freak out about it? Or the other way of dealing with stress and hormones might be, you know what, that's not very fun and that's not very cool, but I'm just going to keep going because I don't have time to stop and think about this. Okay, so I hope this is making a little bit of sense. I want you to get in touch with how you respond. How do you respond? Are you quick to respond? Do you take it all in and use fire? Or are you like, well, whatever? So these are clues that will help you get in touch with your hormone type and your digestion type. Okay, so let's get back to the action steps. For right now, these action steps are: listen to your yes and no. start to get really tuned in to what is a yes and what is a no, and start practicing. I want you to start practicing that in everything you do. Do I want this ice cream? Yes, I want the ice cream. Do I want this ice cream? Nope, absolutely not. Doesn't even sound good to me. Okay, maybe it's a glass of wine. Maybe it's a walk around the block. Whatever it might be, start to get in tune with your body language. Yes and no, your body wisdom. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I want you to start to notice how you respond to stress or how you respond to emotional situations or how you respond to demands upon you. And then I want you to also this is all kind of like a listening exercise. When are you tired? Do you feel exhausted? When are you hungry? When are you thirsty? When do you need a break? When do you need to get up and move? When do you need to go and get yourself out of the house and out into nature? When do you need to walk around the block? And when do you need to take a nice warm Epsom salt bath and give yourself a break? So right now, I want you to recognize that as you're listening and as you're paying attention to all these things, you are getting in touch with your body wisdom and you are balancing your hormones. Isn't that crazy? These little things, these 3 steps, this paying attention, this getting in touch with your body wisdom is balancing to your hormones. So start with that. I'm so happy you're here with me. I hope you enjoy learning about this stuff. I'm obviously super passionate about it. And I just love sharing body wisdom, and I want you to understand your body wisdom as well. I'll see you in the next video.